Hi, Dr. Bridget here with another prescription for success. Today we're going to talk about a really important subject, which is about your reasons why it's important to say no. One of the reasons that I did this prescription for success or chose this topic is because a couple of things have happened over the week. The first one is that I talked to someone called Martin Warrilow and did an interview with him, and I'll tell you a bit about that in a second. Also, I read a blog by Seth Godin on empathy, and they both had a sort of similar theme, and it also fits in with my theme, which is about self-care in this year. So Martin used to be a sports editor on a newspaper, and he worked really long hours, and I think he was doing about 16-hour shifts or something like that. He was going home, he wasn't getting into bed till sort of 3 in the morning, and then his wife would get up at 6 and he'd be up, and he was sort of managing okay. And as he said, there were some sort of red signs around. In other words, there were some things that he thought might not be quite right with his health, but he just carried on because it was his dream job, and he just did more and more and couldn't say no. And then all of a sudden he got made redundant, so 90% of his income disappeared overnight, and he was rushing around trying to find jobs, trying to get some work so that he could pay his mortgage and things, and ended up nearly under a bus. He'd walked out into the road, he'd had a stroke, his legs gave way from him, and he ended up, the bus was about 12 inches from him. And as I said to him, he still looks sort of pretty normal shape, so it obviously missed him, but it was pretty close. And now he goes around talking to people in business who are just overdoing it. And one of the big messages that he had was about saying no. So I just thought I'd sort of say, why do people not say no? I guess it's because perhaps they want to please people, perhaps they think their business will go down, perhaps they think their relationships will go down if they say no. And there's all sorts of reasons that have probably come from the past why people really want to please and don't say no. And that can include your relationships as well. Maybe you're saying yes all the time, and you're rushing around like a headless chicken in your business or your work, and actually there may be something around the corner that you don't actually want, as Martin, at the age of 49 found out. It's the last thing on his mind. So the other thing is that Seth Godin talks about empathy. I've got a link to that in my Facebook group, which is called One Step Closer Business Success. So go and have a look for it in there if you want to have a read. And it basically says that you can be empathic, you can listen, you can be sort of sympathetic, but you don't have to say no. So, if things don't fit with the way your business is going, if people give you demands that isn't with the way your business is going, you can still be nice and sympathetic and point them in different directions and be empathic, but you can still say no. And I think that's a big lesson for people. I've certainly taken a lot of notice of what Martin said over the last year. And I just wanted to ask you, are you someone that wants to please all the time, that can't say no? Are you working all hours? Have you not got that sort of separation between your life and your business? So, you go out and find something that's important to you in your life outside your business, so you get that balance and that sort of peace of mind. And your business is a separate entity, and I think that's really important. I'd be interested to know if you feel differently, so stick some comments below if you do feel differently. And so that's my message for today, really. My prescription is that you can say no, and often it has positive consequences because people know you're someone that's quite strong, has boundaries, and really knows what's what, and is running a great business or a great life. So that's my message to you. So say no if you need to, and I shall see you next week. So bye.